No surprise. I did see this was tweeted out. Justin Jacobs is out for the season. Just a blow to him. I feel bad for him and his family. We'll be interested to see what he does. Will he come back for another year? I don't know what his draft stock is. Certainly he's got the intangibles, but coming off an injury, I don't know what type of injury it is. So that's unfortunate. I think Iowa's deep enough at linebacker where, as great as he is, I don't know that you'll really notice, Mark, because they're going to go, 2 linebacker sets with Cooper DeJean at cash quite a bit. Even last week we were missing Terry Roberts, and I don't know if Kirk commented on Roberts' availability today, but when Roberts is out, they're moving Cooper DeJean back to corner and playing Sebastian Castro at cash. And Sebastian Castro forced a fumble that ended up being recovered by Kayvon Merriweather in return for a touchdown. So this is as you know, this is a very deep defense. We've been touting it for all year long, really. And we're seeing the results of that. And it's a good thing because they're down Terry Roberts right now at corner, Jamari Harris at corner, who's out for the season with an injury. Now they lose Justin Jacobs at linebacker. They're also down Brendan Diaz-Fernandez, who's out with an injury. So now you got TJ Hall listed as a backup corner, and a walk-on kid from Humboldt, Iowa, Jamison Heinz, listed as your other backup corner. So you don't want to play with any more injuries back there in the secondary. And it just seems like every year that's a position that gets ravaged by injuries, and no different so far.
Couple quick notes, if I can keep them all in my head before we bring on our guest, Justin Rowe, would be, of course, Iowa, with all those injuries in the secondary, facing one of the deepest and most talented wide receiver rooms in the Big Ten, if not the nation. Cooper DeJean, ironically, following the conversation that we had about not moving him to offense, but utilizing him on offense, of course, has a spectacular open field run off the interception to score against Rutgers.
That was an incredible pick, wasn't it?
It was, and it was an incredible play. That's usually not the type of interception that creates a pick six, with your back to the goal line and, making the kind of play that he did, and then having to circle around, turn around, and then miss everyone on his way to the end zone.
Let me just say something real quick about that pick. It wasn't really even over his shoulder. He caught it over his head. I don't even know how he saw the ball coming in. He literally caught it over his head. And then give credit to Riley Moss with a great pancake block on the way back. And that's just what Phil Parker's defense does. Everybody works as one unit, and it sounds cliche, but that's what they do. And, it's just, Mark, it's been every single week. They create points on special teams and defense almost every week. They go against the grain of what you'd think would be, I don't know, the rules of chance and the rules, probabilities. And they just defy those odds. I don't know where they rank nationally right now in turnovers forced, but they're probably pretty high up there. And I know Cooper DeJean is, I believe he's tied for the lead in the Big Ten with, 3 interceptions. And here's a kid that, national people didn't know anything about heading into the year. And I was high on him, Mark, but boy, he has been, think about where he's being used real quick. Corner, cash. He's being used in punt return work. He's also the backup holder. We forget about that. He's the backup holder. And I think that's Iowa's way of, hopefully, LeVar Wood's way of saying, okay, if we need to do some trick plays, I'd like to see him out there, because you bring him out there for a trick play, and you'd hope the defense would notice, hey, that's not Torrey Taylor holding, then they're going to be onto the trick plays. But he is just a jack of all trades, and probably not going to keep him here for 4 to 5 years.